Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very important message to share with you before this episode of Iron Age Radio, and that is that Mark Schram's beef is delicious. This episode of Iron Age Radio is brought to you by the Schram Cattle Co. from right here in Manitoba, Cartwright, Manitoba to be specific. We're brought to you by them, and they're brought to you by Mark Schram, a competitor right here in Manitoba, who is a cattle rancher and makes the best darn beef. Are you laughing or what are you doing over there?
I don't know what to do.
Makes the best darn beef this side of the OK Corral, and he wants to share it with you. So if you are looking to grow your muscles, to get your gains, to make sure that you are having enough red meat in your life, there's only one person to contact, and that's Mark Schram of the Schram Cattle Co. And the best way to contact him is to hit him on Instagram or to contact us directly, because we carry his beef in our gym in a deep freeze as well. So hit him, hit us, and hit that hot beef.
What's wrong with you? You're so funny.
And action. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. I'm not sure what episode number we are. It's been a little while since we've done one. We're here with another cozy, intimate episode of Iron Age Radio with myself, Canadian pro strongman Tyler Sigurdsson, and my wonderful partner in crime and in life, Gian Sarame.
Yeah.
We're coming off of a huge weekend of competition, North America's Strongest Man and Woman. 2025, I was not taking part in North America's Strongest Woman, though, so my experience in that one was kind of limited. But we're back from Victoriaville, Quebec. Huge, exhausting trip.
Whirlwind, I would say.
Yeah.
It was really, really fast. I booked myself a little bit of time before because I never get to actually see the places that we go to. Like, we go to a lot of places, but we don't do anything.
Right.
So I thought that I would book myself a trip to leave on Thursday, but they added another competition. Like, they added an amateur part of it. And I was like, damn, I really don't want to miss out on that. I do want to watch that because they would be awarding pro cards.
To the top three, yeah.
To the top three. So I really wanted to watch it, but I stayed in Montreal instead.
We stayed in Montreal instead.
Yeah.
We enjoyed the sights and sounds of Montreal.
And the smells of Montreal.
Yeah, for only a few hours, though, before we went and retired back to our hotel to be able to be nice and rested up and ready for the next day, where we went to Victoriaville, Quebec. So that was our first sort of experience with some of the competitors, too, because we are quite familiar with James Jeffers, who we rode with for most of the trip. But also we had Tim Buck riding with us for most of the trip, most of the weekend.
Like you kind of end up being in these shuttles, and the first group that you end up with, whoever it may be in your flights or whatever, you kind of stick with that same group of people. I don't know why that happens, but we don't really switch up.
You just get familiar with people and stuff, right? So the circuit is a wonderful thing that they book all of our flights. So they put people together based on when their flights are landing, and then they send these huge, brand new 2025 Suburbans to come pick us up. And they drive us from the Montreal airport for 2 hours to Victoriaville. So shout out to the circuit for taking fantastic care of the athletes like they always do.
Here's the thing. I've heard of other international shows that don't treat you half as well as the circuit does. No. Because they have these shuttles pick us up from the airport. It's a 2.5 hour drive.
It's always a cheerful Frenchman driving.
Yeah, and it's tons of traffic. It's tons of work for them.
Yes.
For them to go from Victoriaville to Montreal and then back to Victoriaville. They drop us off at our hotel. They wait for us to drop off our stuff, and then they take us to Walmart and get whatever we need. So shout out to the circuit. Shout out to Victoriaville.
Yeah, they wait for us there. They drive us back. They drive us to the festival afterwards to watch the women's competition.
And they wait for us.
Drive us back after.
Whenever we want, we can come back to the hotel. They'll take us back.
Yeah.
They just kind of are there for us.
Super, super outstanding athlete experience there for I hope for everybody. I know it was for me. We
I
kind
think
of
we're spoiled by the circuit too, because they treat us very well. They treat us like family.
They do, and that's
Yeah.
the thing is that like for all the for all the hardships that you go through being a Canadian strongman on the circuit in terms of the competition itself, the back end's really nice. They take care of you and they look out for
Like
you.
what I said before, it's Stockholm syndrome.
Absolutely.
It's just so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just so good. You don't want to leave.
Yeah, so we got to start chilling with Tim Buck a little bit, who is, if you're not familiar with him, he's a really fantastic strongman. He was the world's strongest man reserve this year. They opted not to put in the reserves for some reason, but he should have been there. And he showed this weekend that he's very, very capable of being in that world's strongest man stage. And just like an awesome dude. Like just like he really reminded me of like when I was wrestling. And we would travel and there'd be the guys who were all, like he is from the Carolinas. I think he said North Carolina, right?
South Carolina.
He's from the Carolinas, so when you meet those sort of like guys from the southern states in wrestling, they all have just sort of a way about them. They're very capable, they're very confident, and they're funny. And he was just sort of all those things too. And he was just a good guy. So shout out to Tim Buck for
Just being you.
becoming our friend. Yeah. So then we went to that first evening. We went to the festival where the fairgrounds were. I don't think I realized until we got there that the strongman is like the biggest part of the festival, pretty much.
There are people that go for strongman.
Right.
It's not that they go to the festival and then there just happens to be strongman
Right.
there. There's real diehard strongman fans, and you
Yep.
see a lot of those in Quebec.
We saw that at the end of the competition. Guys were like approaching Alec and like being like, "Hey, I watch your podcast and I have some questions for you." You know what I mean? Like they were young kids
Yeah.
who, I mean, looking at them, they didn't seem like they were taking part in strongman,
Right.
but they're just fans of the sport.
Yeah.
Which is like really like when I saw that, it's like, oh shit, like this is starting to break through. You know what I mean? Where it's people are just fans. They don't even necessarily do it, but they're just fans of it.
Right.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these kids are getting involved in strongman. I hope they do, but whatever. It was awesome. But anyway, so we got to watch the beginning of sort of the day one of North America's Strongest Woman, which was crazy. So Sam Beliveau and Jamie Booker really were like, it was a 2-horse race when it
There
came
was
to those
neck
two.
and neck the whole show.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
they
like
were-
they were at each other's ankles with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, Sam was definitely at Jamie Booker's ankles, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Jamie Booker, for
Yeah,
anybody's not
she's
aware,
huge.
is
Oh
a
my goodness.
monster of a woman.
I've never seen a woman that large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's I heard conflicting that she was 6'3", 6'4". She was taller than me.
Yeah. And she's got big hair too.
Yeah.
So
and
it makes her look even bigger.
she's 380 pounds, I'm told. So she is, and she's been in the gym for like a few months, I think.
I heard a
someone said.
year.
Yeah,
Right.
like and competing in strongman, like this is like her second or third competition, I think.
Right.
And she got second place in North America's Strongest Woman. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a woman where if she can tighten up some of the screws, because that's really what was missing for this one for her, was we started to see things kind of fall apart when we got to the more technical events. But if she can figure that stuff out, maybe get with a good coach or something,
Yeah.
she's really, really going to be dangerous.
What I've noticed too is that I just know more about Sam,
Sure,
right?
of course.
Because she's a friend of ours. I know that she's been an athlete her whole life.
Yeah.
And she was a hockey player.
Yeah.
So her wind is very good.
Yeah, yeah.
So when it came to the power stairs, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but
Yeah.
it was just like little details that I noticed that because it was head to head for power stairs, right? And Jamie just didn't get enough wind the way that Sam was.
Right.
Like Sam had that polish to everything that she does,
Yeah,
right?
and that was the story of Sam's performance, was that she was just the more experienced athlete.
Yes.
Like she just knew what she was doing.
And she's very well rounded
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just technically very sound. And we saw, like the circus dumbbell, like she won with a pretty confident, like 73 kilos, like 160.
But she's gonna win the circus dumbbell.
She's going to, but she didn't really get pushed in that one because it's just
Right.
it's so technical. If it had been like a strict
Yeah.
dumbbell press from the from the shoulders,
Right.
then Jamie's got a real shot at something like that. But when it comes
Yeah.
down to actual technical strongman lifts, it's going to be
Speaking
very
of-
hard to beat Sam right now.
Speaking of dumbbell, Jocelyn O'Brien
Jocelyn O'Brien,
crushed
I
it.
was going to bring that up too.
Yeah.
Was that she really stood out in that event as like I said, it was really the two top women were really in a class of their own.
Yeah.
But Jocelyn really showed that it's like on some of these events I can hang with you and I can get with you on this. She took a really comfortable second place on that one.
She held her own.
Yep, she absolutely did. So and shout out to all the Canadian girls who were there, and just had a great showing. It's a super difficult show, and it's a next level show. And that was certainly my experience with it. Is that like not everybody can finish in those top spots, but as long as you're showing that you're supposed to be there, then you're good to go. So then we what did we do the first evening? We just went to the hot tub, maybe.
Yeah, we just went into the hot tub. We tried to feel a little better.
Yeah.
Tried to eat as much as we could.
Yeah.
Or you eat as much as you could.
Yeah. Because I had first day of competition the next day.
Yeah, like we just tried to stay like as hydrated as possible because we knew that it was going to be really hot. It was 35 all day, so it's like 81, 82 for the Americans.
Oh no, it's way hotter than that.
I don't know.
It's closer.
It's hotter than 81 or 82.
It's closer to 100, I think. So it was. But thanks for trying, though.
Yeah.
Because
like I would
shooting out numbers.
I would tell people, I was like, oh my god, it's really hot. It's like 32. They'd be like, I don't know.
Half the roster understands, and half the roster doesn't understand.
They're like,
yeah.
Okay.
But it was super hot. Like it was insane.
And it was humid.
It was humid.
That's why it was really hard.
The sun was just blazing down. Like it was just like it felt like you had no time out there before. You were like you could just feel the power being sort of sapped from you for me at least. I don't do well with the sun.
Not me. It just gave me more life.
Gave you more energy and more power. Yeah.
I was having a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we woke up that morning. I'll say that I was actually pretty chill.
Yeah, I would say that I was pleasantly surprised with how chill you were.
Yeah, I didn't let.
And even your dad said so too.
Yeah, I didn't let my nerves get too much to me.
You didn't even barf.
Yeah, I didn't throw up. No, I ate something. I felt pretty good, honestly. And we got there. We started to sort of warm up a little bit. Like we started with just like general this was the first time in a long time since I first started competing in strongman, and Dom used to come with me, that this was where I had a coach on hand with me, with Alec being there. And that was a really, really cool experience because and I told you this too, and I meant it when I said it, was that it wasn't like that, like it was a very like positive experience, and it was really helpful and everything, but it wasn't like night and day from a normal competition for me because you've already been there helping me. I'm already lucky enough to have a partner who's there with me and helping me and offering me things and making sure that I'm ready to go and everything. But now I just was able to have it with somebody who has a little more experience. You know what I mean? Who just knows like what I should be doing at what time a little more clearly,
like he knows when to start warm-ups, and he knows when you're supposed to stop with the weights for warm-ups. He's very experienced. Like he's much smarter than I am when it comes to.
He's more experienced than you are. You're a sharp young woman. Don't worry about that. Right?
But all day I just kept telling him, I'm so glad you're here because I'm having a very different experience for myself.
I'm sure it was more fun for you.
Way more fun.
Yeah.
I know that like if you have a coach, I shouldn't be in the back. Like I go in and check on you guys and see if you want me to make a run for you, if you want me to get food or whatever. But I know that I will just be another body in the back, and I'm very aware of that. Right. Just because the promotion or, like that you would allow me or Alec would allow me to be back there, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna hang out back there. I'd rather not be another person in that tent.
And it's a rare experience for you where you can just sit and watch with like you're watching with Dave Nolay and with Ben Court and Yannick Boucher.
And it was great. Okay, also, I landed in the airport in Montreal, and I didn't know that Martin was going to pick me up from the airport.
Well, I was going to circle back to this, but yeah.
And he's holding a sign, and I go, oh my God, you're so cute. Let me just take a picture of you. And then I look up, and someone's recording me, and it's Candace and Jenna, and they came to surprise us.
Yes. And that was the first of our surprises.
And that was one of the surprises. And then I posted that they were there, and I get a message from Madison, and she goes, oh, I wish me and Cam could be there to cheer you, like to cheer on Tyler. And then the next day we get picked up by the shuttle, and I just look over and I was like, oh my God, I know that big head anywhere. And it was Cam's head because he's got a very distinct haircut, right? And I do both of their hair.
For anybody who doesn't know, Candace and Jenna and Madison and Cam all go to Iron Age. They're all competitive lifters out of Iron Age.
Yes. And I just let my bag roll away into the abyss. And it was busy. Like the Montreal airport is insane. And I just start running towards them the complete opposite way of the shuttle that's wide open and waiting for us to just hop in and go. And I was like, oh my God, look who I found.
Yep. So that was a really nice surprise. We had a whole cheering
Yeah.
section there. My dad was there. He drove his motorcycle from Winnipeg to Victoriaville, Quebec. Martin was there. We had a whole just Winnipeg cheering section.
Yeah,
That was really awesome.
and it's crazy because I haven't stopped crying about it because it just means so much to both of us. Like, I know that they're there to support you, but it means a lot to me also.
They're there to support us. They're there to support the gym and the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like Jocelyn came up to me later on and she was like, "Did you bring half of Manitoba?" And I was like, "It sure feels like it."
Yeah, we did.
But like, I don't know. I'm just very grateful for the scene that we have here because I know that that's not always the case all over. That we have such supportive people behind us. Yeah. I feel very lucky.
Yeah, we are very lucky for that, and thank you again to the people who showed up. And I hear dogs scratching at the door, but they're not coming in right now. Thanks to everybody who came down and supported. That really meant a lot. And when I saw Candace and Jen at the airport, it just didn't even compute what I was seeing. I just saw them and I was like, "What's going on?" Like I think I literally said that, like, "What's going on?" And
you were like, "Oh, hey guys, how's it going?"
Yeah, I just didn't understand what was happening. I thought like we were catching them going to something else. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me, and it was really, really appreciated. So the day started. It was a day of ups and downs. So in fact, both days were kind of that way for me, where some events were okay and some events were not so okay. But what it kind of all boiled down to was that I had to sort of adjust my own expectations of what my performance would be, and I had done that beforehand too. Was that I could have, like, for me, a really stellar performance where I PR all my stuff and I have a really great lift, and that might not shake out to very well in the standings because these guys that I'm competing against there was like 5 or 6 of them that were World's Strongest Man competitors, a bunch of them were Strongest Man on Earth competitors, a bunch of them were Giants Live competitors. It was just the Western Canadian guys, some of the best in Canada, you know what I mean? Like there's the Quebec guys. Like it was just an unbelievable list of competitors. So I had to be real with myself that I can do as well as I want to do and have an amazing day, but I can't control how good these guys are. You know what I mean? So that was something that I had to kind of be real about myself with. Unfortunately, that didn't matter so much with the log because I just bombed out on that one. It just didn't happen for me. We thought it was going to be 365 going into it. Ended up being 375, which was right around like the max that I hit a little more than that. It was like 780 or 780 going into the competition prep. And it just
380.
Oh yeah, 3. Sorry. Yeah, I hit 7. What did I say? 780.
780.
That would be a hell of a log press. I wish that I had done that.
I mean, that would be cool if you press that.
Yep. But I hit 380. And it was it was a sign. It was an interesting thing where like my log is improving. I put 30 pounds onto my log since I started working with Alec. But it's just not there yet. It's just not where it needs to be yet, and I'm not consistently hitting those kind of numbers yet.
And I was gonna say, like, it's not. It's a weight that you've hit, obviously, but it's not a weight that you can count on in any circumstance.
No, it's not.
Yet.
It's not in my back pocket yet.
Right.
And that comes
with time.
Yeah. So it was for about 2 minutes. That was kind of a tough pill to swallow. But I knew that I had a good event coming up next, so I kind of had to shake that off and just get my.
Can I just say something? Like right after the log, I like to check in on you after every event and see how you're doing and if there's anything that you need, right? So, and I think that Alec thought that I was like really worried that you were like feeling some sort of way.
Yeah.
Because like when that's the first event of the day, when it's the biggest show of your life by far, I think he was worried that I was really, really worried, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
And I get back to the tent and he goes, "He's fine, don't worry." And I was like, yeah, like I'm sure he's going to be fine. I just want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to give him a little kiss.
Yeah. I just want a little kiss on the forehead.
Yeah. But I just shook it off. It's all I can do. It's whatever. I knew that I was not going to get a lot of points on the pressing anyway. It would have been nice to hit, but next time.
Yeah.
And then we went to an event that was good for me. So that was one of the lows. This became one of the highs. So me and Kevin Ferris, 6-time World's Strongest Man competitor Kevin Ferris, both zeroed the log. So
you both went.
So I was in good company
yeah.
at least. But Ferris went before me on the log, so that means he went before me on the Conan's wheel.
Right.
And I knew that, or it was generally accepted that Ferris was the guy to beat on the Conan's wheel.
Right.
He's an excellent mover. He's got a tank, like a gas tank, like it's hard to believe. and that was going to be, he was a favorite to win that one. So I was actually kind of lucky that I got to go after him, where he set such a high bar that I knew kind of where I had to be.
Right.
He went for a rotation and a half, and I figured, okay, like if I can get between a rotation and a rotation and a half, I think that'll put me in really good position. So when I went, I got, I think, 2 or 3 feet shy of a full rotation. Like it was just barely shy. I think maybe even closer to 2 feet.
I thought you got a rotation in like a quarter.
Where were you? What show were you watching?
I was in the, like, from a crazy angle, I guess.
No, I got like really, really close to a full rotation, but just shy.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, oh shit, like I really thought I could get a little more than that. But then as the competitors went on, I think Wes went next.
Yeah.
And he got just past me, and I was like, oh shit. But then nobody else did.
Right.
And guys just started, it was, some guys got a quarter, a half, 3/4 was about kind of like that range between a half and 3/4 was where most guys dropped it.
Right.
I think that a lot of the story for a lot of these American guys is that not a lot of the competitions that they do are done outside in parking lots.
A lot of them are stadium shows.
Right.
Yeah.
You look at America's Strongest Man. It's going to be done in a convention center at the Olympia.
Right.
You look at OSG. You look at the Shaw.
Yeah.
These are all
the
shows
Arnold
that are
everything.
exactly the Arnold. Sure. These are all shows that are done inside on not perfect level, but quite level floors and like
as perfect as you can get it, really.
Yeah, and climate controlled, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
they're not beaten like us over here in Canada.
And it's a very different experience where the Conan's wheel went up a little bit for part of it and down a little bit for part of it, and it was uneven and it was challenging,
and Mike Saunders was even like, okay, now it's downhill, it's gonna get faster.
Yeah.
And then he goes, okay, now you're gonna go up.
Yeah.
Now it's time to push.
Yeah.
Like he gives you these cues, right? Because he wants everyone to do well.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so I ended up getting 4th on that one, which was, I think, that was my highest placing. In any of the events, which was one that I knew I would do well in. I typically do all right in those ones. Again, the guys who beat me, it was like Kevin Ferris, Wes, and shoot. Do you remember?
Was it Bryce?
It might have been Bryce.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Or Nick.
No, Nick didn't get me on that one.
Nick didn't do well in that one.
Might have been Bryce.
Yeah.
And so when I'm looking at those 3 guys, it's like, well, I'm not too upset that I lost any of those guys.
Well, yeah, like how could you be upset at that, right?
So I survived. I could live with that. And then we went on to the arm over arm truck pull, which I fully anticipated to be a very low point of the competition for me. Ended up being all right. I got about mid-pack on it.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting pull where we pulled a semi cab, and because they found like it was going a little too easy for the amateurs and the women the night before, they added a sled with like 8 plates on it behind it.
Yeah, a casual 8 plates.
Yeah. And honestly, like I know that a lot of guys took issue with, because maybe the last 10 meters or so, it started to really roll, and you had to kind of be faster more than you had to be strong with it. But I kind of think that's interesting, because I think it sort of tests a different sort of ability, where those first few pulls were heavy, and you really had to get that thing moving for those first couple pulls. So that tests that kind of strength and that sort of ability. But towards the end, your arms are so fucking pumped up, at least mine were, and you have to now move them fast and keep the rope going, and you can't.
You have to stop your legs because your arms can't keep up.
Right, and you can't just, like, it's not like you're doing nothing. It's not like you're just sitting there and the thing's just rolling towards you.
Right.
You still have to pull, but now you have to just pull with your arms.
Yeah.
And you have to pull quickly with your arms. You have to move them fast. And I think that's a different kind of test that, is it the same as just like a hard, like, if it's like a sled or something that doesn't roll or whatever.
Right.
No, that's a very different experience.
Yeah.
But this is sort of a different sort of test that changes halfway through.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of cool. I ended up doing good on that, or good enough, better than I thought. Like I've done very poorly in that event in the past, so it was nice to see improvement in that. Who would have known that training something would make you better at it? Just had to practice it.
You've dreaded arm over arm for the last little while, and I was scared, but I knew that you'd been practicing it, and I knew that you'd been doing well with training it, but I started crying because I knew that was a huge mental win for you. Cause
you cried on that one?
Yeah. Oh, I cried a bunch of times. Like, I'll tell you every single time that I cried.
Okay.
It was just a big deal to me.
Sure.
That it was something that like a hurdle that you jumped over.
It was an event that when when I was in AM, it was easy enough.
Yeah.
Because you're never really pulling something that heavy.
Yeah, it never really was that challenging when you were amateur.
That much. Yeah. And then all of a sudden when I tried to do it and just be like, oh, this is just something that I'm just okay at. I'm good enough at it.
It's very technical.
Yeah, and that was the thing, was that I wasn't technically sound at it and I wasn't practiced and I just didn't have it.
Yeah.
And now, hopefully, that's not the case anymore.
Can I let them in?
No, absolutely not. They're going to go crazy. Then the third event of the day was... No, that was the third event. The fourth event of the day was the Stones.
The Stones, yeah.
Which, and this was kind of an eye-opening one for me too, because it was like the run that I got would have gotten me second place at CSM. Mm-hmm. It has before that same sort of run. Jeffers would have still got me on that one, but it was not good enough in this competition. And it was just like, that's just an example of how this next level of competition this is.
But okay, the 68-inch stone load is fucked up.
Yeah.
I stood beside it and there was like another 8 inches like above my head.
Also for the log, I think that Tim Buck won that one. Or did him and Bryce tie? 440?
I don't remember.
I think Tim might have taken
I blacked out.
Yeah, I think Tim might have taken that one. To be honest with you, I wasn't paying that close attention to that one anymore either. But then Kevin Ferris won the thing.
The Conan's wheel, yeah.
And then who won the arm over arm?
I don't know. I should have the stats for this, huh?
Well, we were there too.
Yeah, I was there. But like, hey, because we were there, we were really busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't, like, when I watch the Rogue on TV, I know what happens in every event.
Right.
Because I'm watching it on TV.
Right.
But because I'm like in and out, like I was buzzing around like crazy.
Yeah.
Like I left for a little bit to go look at the cows because I knew I didn't have time any other day, like between events, and I had to go so fast.
Yeah, you took the sheep too or whatever, goats.
The goats.
So the Stones came around.
Yeah.
And so the first one was a 68-inch load, which is like what, 5.5 feet, 5 and 3
5 feet
2/3?
and 4 inches.
I think it's more than that.
I don't know. I'm 60 inches.
You're 4 feet 4 inches, and it was two of you.
No, that's not true. I'm 4'10". Thank you.
What did I say it was? 82 inches. No,
Sorry?
It's not that. I don't remember. It was really tall though, and it was like it was like almost it was about to the middle of my head, I think. Kind of, right? Yeah.
It was like way above my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so Strawman Archives is so hard to read.
No, it's not. It's super easy.
No, because like it's like sideways or whatever.
It is okay. So if we're looking at this here,
it's just so small.
Well, that's just
Okay, can they come in?
No. Bryce and Tim both tied with 191 kilos.
Okay, cool.
Now we know. Anyway, so then the Stones had a decent run on that one. Got the 4 stones, and man, so when I hit the 4th stone, which is a 370 to 56. It was really easy. It felt really good. Yeah. And I was like, I looked at that 440 stone and I was like, this motherfucker is going up today. Like this, I'd never get it at CSM, the 421.
Right.
And I was like, this is happening now.
You know who won the stones is CJ because he got 5 stones.
Well, I was going to get to that.
Oh.
So we, it was, and then once I put my, like Wes has said before, that's like the hardest 440 stone in the world. And he is not joking. It's so hard. And it feels like you're going to get it. Like, it's just like, it's like the 370 was easy.
Yeah.
70 more pounds. It's a very significant jump. Don't get me wrong. But even just breaking off the ground, like it's just a different, it was like, I beat Bryce Johnson in it.
Yeah.
Who was like a 520 stone. Because I think he was really anticipating that last stone.
Right.
So he was kind of like, he could have gone faster on those. Well, the first one kind of messed with him a little bit. But the other ones he could have gone a little quicker, I think. But he was just trying to pace it. Ooh, excuse me. And get through it. But just let it be known that I beat Bryce Johnson at a stone event. So
I'm just saying.
I don't know what that means, but it definitely means something.
It's for sure something.
Yeah, it definitely means something. But anyway, I didn't get that last stone, and it was a real bitch. And the only 2 people who did get the last stone, Max Boudreau, who he's hit that stone before, so it might not seem super amazing, but keep in mind that he has 2 hurt biceps. So that's ridiculous to be able to do something like that. And maybe one of the bigger surprises of the show was CJ Allen, who, by the way, is not a small man.
No.
we
We're very sorry.
Yeah. He told me he heard that on the podcast, and I'm like looking at him. He's like my height and 20
Like
pounds
you're looking
heavier.
at him eye to eye.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so here's the thing. I never expect anyone that we watch on TV would watch the podcast.
I know.
So
A few people told us that.
we really have to watch what we say now.
Bryce Johnson is better than me at Stone, just to be absolutely clear.
Right, and also
in case he watches this.
So he brought it up to Tyler that he listened to the podcast, that we brought him up and whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I get that a lot, that I look small on TV or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I never expected you to watch that. I'm very sorry.
He's like 330.
Yeah.
He's huge.
He's huge.
Yeah. And,
all these guys are huge.
Well, that was the thing, is that here I am on my fucking podcast in my living room saying, oh, this guy, I think he's a smaller guy.
Sitting with his 4'10" partner.
And I'm at 6'3", 310 pounds, the second smallest guy in the competition.
Yeah.
There's guys who are a little shorter than me, but in terms of weight, only Kevin Ferris was lighter than me.
Yeah.
And Kevin Ferris is a very different body composition than I have.
Right. he's doing something else.
He's got less down here and more up in the fucking shoulders. So, but that was it was the same thing as CSM, where I get there, I'm like, holy shit, I'm one of the smaller guys here. And then it's like, I go to fucking North Americans and it's like, oh, I'm still one of the smaller guys here.
Our first time at CSM, was it JF that asked you how much you weigh, and you were like, and I think
it was Saunders.
Yeah, and you had been trying to pack on weight too, and then I think
I was like 305.
You were like 305. You're like, oh, 305, and then he was like, oh, so a little fast guy.
He was like, oh, so you're one of the smaller guys here today.
Yeah,
like, yeah, I guess. But that's
being fast is your thing, right?
Yeah, I'm speedy. But that was definitely the case here too, where I took some pictures with guys like Dan McGuire and
Dan McGuire is 6'8".
Yeah. So is Bryce Johnson. They're both gigantic. They're
yeah.
ridiculous.
Okay, so
they train together.
We have to try to figure out how to put photos on, but we went to go take photos, and I didn't want my arm just dangling behind them and being weird. So I put it around usually where it would go, the smaller their back, because I don't want it on their ass, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And my arm was here.
Way up here.
My shoulder mobility is not good.
Yeah.
So I was like, take the fucking picture, just hurry.
Yeah, so we the stone run was congrats to CJ Allen for an amazing stone run, for finishing that stone, because he smoked that thing. I think we didn't get to the point of that conversation that we were having, was that CJ Allen was the other guy who finished that stone and finished it faster. And maybe it wasn't a surprise to him. Maybe he knew full well he was getting that stone, but I think that a lot of people were
to me.
Yeah, a lot of people were surprised to see how he manhandled that
I thought
thing,
he was just a little guy.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be just a little guy. No, he was, and super nice guy too.
And then after, so that was the first day.
So that wrapped day one, and then we went. What did we just hot tub and shit that night? I think, right?
Yeah,
Just
we
chilling out.
ate at the hotel, right?
We did some cold plunges in Alex's hotel room.
Oh, right. I didn't do.
You didn't do that part.
I was in the bed.
Yeah, extremely unpleasant.
Yeah, I bet.
And we did that.
Every night that we were in the hot tub, it's always so fun. Not that we're partying or whatever, but it's just it's just a bunch of people that like the same thing, right?
Yep.
So we just, was it Saturday or Sunday was when Thor pulled 505?
That was on Sunday, I guess.
Sunday, I guess. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. So yeah, okay, so for day 2, they were going to put me on the yoke.
Hold on.
Oh.
Wait, go ahead.
So they were going to put me on the yoke, and then I was acting kind of weird about it, because I didn't want to be okay, I get shy. I dress pretty stupid and crazy sometimes, but I don't want to be in the show, right? So then I get weird and shy about it, and I just know it's an hour that I'm stuck on the yoke,
Right.
at least,
Right.
and I just knew I was gonna get bored, because I probably shouldn't be on my phone during the event.
You absolutely should not be, no.
Right. So I was like, I don't know. If you could find somebody else, that'd be cool. And then you brought it up that might not be very good for my neck.
No, that's going to definitely re-aggravate your neck.
Right. So I don't want it to be a thing that every time I'm in Montreal, my neck gets fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they found somebody else to go on the yoke, because as funny as that would have been, just getting shaken around.
Yeah.
because they tested it. Like they tested it with me and Teresa, Colton's wife, and JF picks it up, walks it a couple feet, and just like puts it down the way anyone would put down a yoke. He didn't like bomb it or anything. And I was like, damn, that's really scary.
Yeah.
And then he goes, it's okay. And I was like, yeah, dude, like I'm not I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, so we did open the day with the yoke.
Super yoke.
Yeah, so we were head to head on that one. 1,000 pounds for 65 feet. I ended up having a okay run on that one. I shaved about 4 seconds off of my time at CSM, which I was happy with that. Same weight, same distance. So I'll take that all day.
And it's not perfectly loaded either, right?
No, it's different experience, right? With people on it. I was paired with Tim Buck, where he was literally like running with 1,000 pounds on his back. So I was looking at his fat white ass in front of me the whole time.
He looked like he looked like it didn't weigh much.
No.
Right?
He was just running with it.
Yeah.
And I said too that it's a very fine line between being paired with somebody who's good, so they push you and you're like, I gotta go faster to match with this guy.
Yeah.
And being paired with somebody who's so good that you see them finish and you're like, I should just stop.
I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I'm not even halfway and he's done. Like, why would I bother?
You started to slow down, and I was like at the very end of the finish line, watching you, and
showing your tits to bring me in.
No, I was recording you, and then I was gonna be like, man, if I flash him right now, do you think he's gonna go faster, or do you think he'll just be so appalled?
I would freak out probably. I'd be like, what are you doing?
And I was like, no, it's a family show. I can't do that.
As if you would do that if it was like an 18 plus strongman show.
Yeah.
Like.
And I go to the back and I see Sam, and I was like, man, I just had like a really weird thought. Like, what if I just flashed Tyler? Do you think he would have gone faster? And she was like, I don't know. You should have done it.
Good advice from Sam Belleville there.
Yeah. And then Carol comes in and she goes, yeah, she had a really good idea and she just like didn't do it. And then she's like, what idea? I was like, Jan was going to flash Tyler. She's like, you should have done it.
Well,
TV would have loved that.
The ladies all agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, we got ahead of ourselves here. After the day one of competition for the men, day two of the women started.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
I felt really bad because I was absolutely fried and destroyed from day one. I intended on going home to the hotel, showering, getting something to eat, and then coming back and watching the competition.
Yeah.
I just didn't do it. I
was rocked.
Yeah, I was slammed, and I just didn't feel it.
But I was watching on the live stream on my phone the whole time.
Yes, we watched it, yeah.
I had a migraine that I couldn't shake just because it was so loud. It's been smoky and it's like a lot, and I didn't eat all day because I'm stupid.
Yeah, smoky in Montreal too, the same way it is here in Manitoba. So we're Western Canada in general.
And then, like it was just like a really hard night for me. I tried to keep up like the same type of energy that I've had all day, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But congratulations to Sam Belleville.
Sam Belleville, North America's
strongest woman.
A true like David and Goliath story.
Yeah.
She was down going into day two, and she just pulled it back and came up with the win. Super well deserved. So congrats to her. Multiple time strongest woman in Canada, is now North America's strongest woman. So that was awesome to see.
About to defend her title in October. So I'm excited to see that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very excited for that. It was super nice to see her and Max.
Yeah.
And we don't get to see them super often. So it's nice we bump into them, get to chat with them a little bit.
And she it doesn't matter if she just finished competing or if she hasn't competed or whatever. She keeps the same level of energy. She's just always happy to be around everybody, and she's
genuinely one of the nicest people in the sport, I think.
Yes.
So anyway, fast forward again. Now we're back on Sunday, and we finished the yoke. I don't remember who. Oh, Tim Buck won. I'm pretty sure he got like 12 seconds. It was a crazy run. It
was actually really crazy, and I was bummed to watch it.
It was hard to believe.
Like right next to you. For the yoke, Tim Buck won that one. Yeah.
And I had a decent enough run. Like I said, it's one of those things where it would stand up better at a different show. This is just not that show.
Right.
I don't remember where I placed exactly, but it was mid-pack-ish, I think. And that went into the Viking press, which was... That went into... No, excuse me. The Viking press. Yeah. Which, another pressing event, this whole show was outside of my league in terms of pressing. But I got a couple reps on it. So that's a PR 375 on the Viking press for 2. I'm happy with that. I wanted a couple more. I wanted 4. But it's just, I don't know. It was heavy, man.
Yeah.
And I've been having problems with my knees, specifically my left one. My right one had been a problem, but it had gotten better. But just all the split jerking had really given me some inflamed tendons, and I had tendonitis in my left knee that had been it just would not go away the whole prep. And it finally, on the Viking press, was like really starting to cause some pain, which it hadn't the whole show yet so far. So nothing else was like, the log just happened. There was nothing to do with the knee or anything like that. But this is one where I was like, oh shit, that feels bad. So it's my left knee, and I'm kind of holding it on the way out, like, oh shit. And then as I'm standing, I was just standing in front of the fan talking to CJ, and I just shifted my weight, and all of a sudden, like, there was kind of like a snap or a pop, and it wasn't. I don't mean to feel like to say like it wasn't like a serious, scary thing, but something just happened, and I just had this real pain in my right knee all of a sudden, to the point where like it kind of put me down for a second. I like fell into the chair behind me. I was like, holy shit, I couldn't believe it, and so then I went and got the physio to tape that up. So if anybody was watching, they were probably like, wow, what an idiot. Like, I'm holding my left knee walking out, and then I come back with my right knee taped up. Like, he can't even keep his bullshit injury straight. But
you should have went something like in the middle, like, oh, my neck.
Yeah. Oh, my gooch is really hurting. So gonna tape that up.
I haven't heard gooch in years.
So that luckily went into the Hercules hold.
Right.
Well, not luckily for me because I'm bad at Hercules hold, but luckily for my knee. Didn't do well on the Hercules hold, dead last in that one. Again, like, I'm not shocked by that. I was a couple seconds away from a couple of guys.
Right.
So I'm okay with that. At least I wasn't like way outside the realm of like where everyone else was.
First of all,
you just what the fuck was that?
First of all, who won the Viking press?
Tim.
Yes.
Press Monster.
Yeah, press monster.
So then we went to the Hercules hold. Kevin Ferris smashed it. No, wait. I think Bryce took him on that one. I think Kevin Ferris.
I'm pretty sure Kevin won.
Find that one out for us.
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, he did win that one.
Okay, so he had a great one. Hands of steel, that guy. Everyone, if you're familiar with Kevin Ferris at all, you know that he has a great grip. So that's not
Grip
super
monster.
surprising. Yeah. And Bryce Johnson, again, another David and Goliath story there. Just like an absolute monster, huge hands. Did really well in that one. Yeah, that was pretty much that one. It was a really cool event. They had these like two side-by-side like off-road things that were attached to the handles on ramps, so it made for like a really cool looking Hercules hold.
Yes.
Which is something that I'm going to try. I'd like to someday try to be able to do at a Manitoba show or something. But it was awesome. And that was also another example of like the volunteers and the helpers at the show were so on point. Like the guys who were doing even the brakes in the car were just like really nailing it. Like everything was really well practiced and put together. And
everyone and everything in that show was so well polished. Like all the moving parts were perfect. It was perfectly timed, and it didn't feel rushed at all. No. They just know how to run a good show.
Yeah, they do. And you have like Simone Pratt, who's like former Canada's strongest man there, just like lending a hand, helping out. Competed there last year, and he's just volunteering, helping out.
And he's had like some injuries too that he's been working through.
These guys are working their asses off the whole day. And we had, Sam Daigle, who's now a pro too, helping out there. We had the guys who won the amateur competition were there and lending a hand. Like it was just, or who did well, or who competed, in the amateur competition, including the guy who won. It was a really, really awesome thing to see with that. But anyway, going into the last event of the day, the power medley, they call it.
Yes. More like the medley from hell.
Yeah, super hard. It was honestly, it was fun. Because I did okay in it, but like it was a really interesting event that you don't normally get to do because it's just a huge conceptually huge event.
It's a lot of setup, and for them to have a set of two of everything is fucked up.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So it was two fingers. It's where, if you're not familiar with these giant like poles that you have to flip over. On hinges that you have to flip over.
And they're huge. They're long.
Into a 600-pound back drag.
Yeah.
That was on a very tough sled too, where it just had very small surface area points on it. Into a 500-pound power stairs, where I think it was.
And these are 21-inch power stairs. They're not like they're not just like casual power stairs. Like they're
huge, and they're so hard.
And they go all the way up.
Yeah.
Like that would make me sick if I went all the way up there.
And the handles are really high too. Like it's a really, really challenging.
Yeah.
Really, really challenging implement. But I was getting ready to do it, and Alex said just like, "Hey man, like, what does your knee feel like? Is this really something that is a good idea? Whatever."
Yeah.
And I told him that if it hurt, I would stop.
Right.
Which I think is true.
I don't know if you're lying or not.
I think that if it hurt, I would have stopped.
No.
Well, if it hurt, if I couldn't do it, it would have to hurt enough for me to not be able to do it.
No, but adrenaline kicks in, and you don't know if it's hurting or not. It's the last event of the day. People are cheering.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like if I was going to stop because it's hurting, it would have to be hurting so much that I can't do it. So that means it didn't hurt that much. So that means it didn't hurt that much.
Okay.
Anyway, so it didn't hurt.
I didn't lie.
Yeah, it didn't hurt, and I would have stopped if it did.
Right.
But the fingerless fingers were awesome. It was really fun.
Right.
They went really well for me. The sled drag went well. Getting one step actually on the power stairs led to some pretty good points on that one because I did it relatively quickly too. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because if I'd gotten one more step, nothing would have changed.
Right.
The next one was 3.
And
I think it was Wortham was ahead of me with 3 steps. So it just didn't really matter, but it was really, really hard.
Yeah.
But it was a really.
It's not supposed to be easy.
No, and it felt like a big show event.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it felt like one that you could only see at a certain level of competition because we just wouldn't be able to have that like Manitoba's, and realistically even like Westerns might not be able to do something like that.
Right.
And like that'd be a really big event for Canadians. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Sorry, mustache hair in my nose. So that was really, really fun. That was a really, really cool one.
It was crazy. Like I just watching it and standing next to it is wild. Mm-hmm. It's really tall. It's what, 4 steps, right?
4. It was 5, I think.
5. Okay.
Maybe 4. So, I forget. But yeah, okay.
And you really see the difference between the people that are doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Wes was the first one to finish.
Yep.
And I lost it.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I started crying. And because like it's a really big deal because everyone tried to get to the top step. Yeah. And he was the first one to do it. And the crowd went wild. And it was just like so powerful to watch.
It's a very emotional thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And this means so much to him. And I know that. Yeah. And so I got up and I was like, man, like I got to fix my face right now. Because it's like if I let myself keep crying, it would just, everything would be ruined.
Yeah. And Bryce Johnson winning the event and solidifying his spot as North America's Strongest Man. Yeah. Crushing the power stairs. Like showing that it's like, okay, this is a different level of competitor, honestly. Right. And there was an awesome moment where he was standing on the top of the stairs and the drone was like flying around his head and it was just like very King Kong sort of shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was pretty cool. But congratulations to Bryce Johnson. Very, very well deserved. Super hard fought battle. Mm-hmm. We had Bryson first. We had Wes in second with Nick Wortham in third. Mm-hmm. Nick Wortham, like young dude who showed a huge improvement from last year to this year.
Very nice boy.
Super nice guy. Yep. Everybody that we met was awesome.
Okay, yeah, and I haven't, like, knock on wood, like I haven't been to a show yet that I came across someone that I'm like, I don't like that guy. Like I don't want to hang out with him.
Really? I have lots of times.
Really?
Sure.
I haven't. Everyone's always nice to me.
Oh man, I've experienced that many times. We'll talk about it later. Okay. I'll let you know.
No, I've always loved everyone that I've been around. Maybe, I don't know, like people are just nice to me because I'm a girl.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I'm not saying there's people who are like outright mean to me. Mm-hmm. I'm saying there's people that I don't like.
Oh. No, I like everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of that competition, woke up, we went and did some socializing afterwards. Nothing too crazy. You had to go back to Montreal that night, unfortunately.
Sam.
Shout out to Sam Daggle.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sam was kind enough to drive me back to Montreal, or like the town right next to Montreal.
Adjacent, yep.
And
Lifesaver.
that's a 2.5 hour drive. Like he super didn't have to do that. Yeah. We've never really talked to each other that much.
Imagine how horrible that could have been. Like imagine how awkward that could have been if it was you, the listener, the viewer, with someone who you didn't know that well, and also you spoke, your first languages were 2 different languages.
Right. And like
French and Tagalog.
But it was lovely. We had so much fun.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised to hear that because Sam's a great guy. And I'm really happy to
and
hear.
I just I didn't have we spent some time together in Cuba, but he's more quiet, right? And I can be a little bit more out there sometimes, but I don't know.
It's nice. I really like to have those opportunities where we get to sort of bridge the gap a little bit with the Quebec guys because we don't always get to. We don't
Right.
So if I didn't go to North Americans this year, I'm not doing CSM, so we just wouldn't have seen these guys for a year, and that's sad.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we got to see Ben, we got to see Yannick, we got to see Dave Nolay.
Yeah.
We got to see all the competitors that we saw.
Yeah. We saw Max and Sam.
Yeah, we saw everybody that we wanted to see.
Yeah.
Not
everybody.
Who did we not see?
Inez wasn't there.
Inez wasn't there, but we'll catch her later on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me the athlete competitor list there? And I woke up on Sunday, and I felt worse than I've ever felt after a competition.
Were you hungover because you stayed out that night?
I wasn't hungover, but I was. I was kind of
You felt like you stayed up
groggy,
too late.
Yeah. I went to bed pretty sober.
Right.
I probably had throughout the night I think I had 8 drinks.
Right.
Which might seem like a lot, but that's not a lot.
That could have killed me.
I don't know. But I went to bed being okay, I'm good. I'm gonna sleep, and I just couldn't sleep. I was sore, and I everything kind of was just every time I moved, something would hurt and it would wake me up. I missed you so much, and I just did not sleep, and I felt like absolute.
I didn't
dog
sleep
shit.
either.
You missed me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I woke up feeling absolute dog shit. You might notice that I'm changing hands. That's holding the mic here a lot. This bicep is fucking killing me.
I'm changing hands because this is really heavy for my little wrist.
My bicep's killing me. My wrist on this hand is really hurting all of a sudden today. Both my knees are causing quite a bit of discomfort. But hey, what a small price to pay for doing such an amazing competition and getting
seeing all of our friends.
Yeah, and getting to be a part of one of the top 3, maybe even top 2 heaviest competitions in the world. So how many chances do you get in your life to do that? Not many. So what I wanted to do was, because we met so many new people, we saw so many old friends here. Let's go through the list of competitors here and just give sort of our short thoughts.
A review
of each person.
Yeah. Okay.
So Max, really sucked to see him not in his top shape.
Okay. Also, Max passed out doing the log, and it was the craziest thing. He's the only person that I've ever seen who's passed out doing a press, an overhead press, and then just shake people away. Mm-hmm. They did something wrong.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are acting weird.
Yep. We want to see him healthy and at his best. He felt like this was...
He withdrew after...
before the Hercules hold.
Right.
So he felt like it was just an unnecessary risk at that point, and I can understand that. He wants to be healthy for Smo, and I truly hope that he is. And we want to see him at the very best that the Wolverine can be at. But it was very nice to see him, and we chatted with him.
Yeah, he's always lovely.
Yeah, he is. I think people would be surprised at just how friendly and chatty he is and stuff. Fred Rayum, the first of the twins, again, he seemed like he was a little beat up, and
him and Gab are both quiet.
Oh yeah, and they're super nice guys.
And they're very nice. Fred helped you out there.
Yeah. Gab did. But they both were nice,
right?
but
I can't tell them apart.
Yeah, but it seemed like Fred was maybe in a little bit of rough condition. I hope that he's giving whatever he needs, whatever break he needs to be able to recover. Although I know that's not really their style, so we'll see.
That's not the French way.
No, it's not the French way. What did I do?
Sorry, what? You have the same phone. What are you talking about?
It's different. Tyler Sigurdsson, great guy, love him a lot. Kevin Ferris. Super nice guy. Yeah. I don't think that you chatted with him really all that much.
No, I was too shy. He's too handsome.
Okay. Anyway, so I met him the first day, and I didn't really get to know him until the evening of the last one.
Yeah.
Where I sat next to him at the restaurant that we were at, chatted with him a lot. Really interesting guy. Talked training, talked life stuff, talked a little bit of everything. And we ended up having a bunch of beers afterwards at the hotel with a bunch of other guys, and it was really, really awesome to sit and listen to him and Alec and Tim Buck and these guys talk about they're just kind of share war stories from these big events and this stuff. It was really cool. I
also so I don't know. I don't know when I started doing this. Maybe Gimli a couple years ago when Larson was here. Because Shanice wasn't there, and I was like, oh, that's a bummer. I'm sure he would want her to see the events that he's doing. So since then, I would notice athletes if their wives weren't there or if their coaches weren't there.
You try to get their hotel room keys?
No, I'm just trying to
Throw you off there?
Yeah. I'm so tired. No, I record their events and I just like send them to them. So then that way they have it for later, like something to post. Like everyone wants to post their events or whatever. So, did that for Tim. And I was like, well, I'll just do it for like, I'm already here. Like I'll just do it for the guys that
Whoever
don't
else.
have a +1 here. And, so I sent some like all of Nick's stuff through like WhatsApp or whatever, because like it doesn't mess up the quality. And I sent Kevin's his, and he was so lovely. He was like, "Oh, thank you so much. That was the best events of my weekend or whatever." Because like he didn't do as well as he had hoped to do.
I think he did as well as he expected to do on short notice for that kind of show.
It's 2 weeks notice, wasn't it? Yeah.
But Kevin Ferris, awesome guy, super nice. Hopefully run into him down the road again sometime soon. Dan McGuire.
Oh my God.
Awesome guy.
Love him.
6'7", 400 something pounds, 6'8", of just nothing but friendly,
just meat,
cheerful meat. Super, like just really, really nice.
Okay,
guy.
so he's so visually intimidating and like scary. Like he could be in a movie and not have to talk. Right?
Yeah.
So, just like very, very intimidating looking individual.
Yep.
But he's the most soft spoken, like such a nice guy, and just like an adorable little baby.
Adorable little baby Dan McGuire. Make sure you put that on a t-shirt there, Dan. Gabriel also had a little slip up with the yoke where he rolled his ankle.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It affected him for the rest of the competition, unfortunately. But shout out to Gab, because I got a wicked pec cramp after the arm over arm,
which is wild.
Hey, it happens.
Maybe like reaching across you.
Just contractions, right, or whatever. And then he gave me a bunch of electrolyte pills and sent me on my way.
And like you just mentioned that like you had a cramp, and then without even asking, he just reached into his bag and then he gave you pills. And I was like, could you imagine if he gave Tyler sleeping pills?
Some X-Lax. Yeah, love the twins, super nice guys, quiet, introverted guys, but I feel like every time I see him, we chat a little more.
Yeah.
So I like that.
I feel like that's the case with a lot of the French guys.
And I just found out this trip, I didn't get a chance to talk to them about it, but they're big wrestling fans. So I want to converse with them about that.
I found out this trip that they were big wrestling fans.
Yeah, someone told me that. I think that maybe Ben told me that, or somebody.
I told you because Sam told me that they go to the wrestling shows.
No, somebody else told me that too. But
that's funny.
But I wanted to have a chat with them, but I didn't get a chance.
You know who's a big wrestling fan is Simone Pratt.
Yes, a lot of the French guys are wrestling fans. Yeah, it seems that way.
They took JF last year to a show, and I was like, man, that would be a fun crew to go with, like just to get rowdy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
In seventh place, we had Colton Sloan, Western Canada's strongest man. I seen him. If he's one of those guys where if I don't do Westerns, I don't see him for a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then it's like I won't be doing Canadians this year. And it's just he's
doing Gimli this year.
That's not true. That's that is true. What I said is not true. That's not true, Gian.
That's not true.
But we will be seeing him in Gimli this weekend.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a little bit. We're into an hour here. Let's get this moving here. CJ Allen, crushed the stone. Super nice guy. Not small.
Not small at all.
Big, strong guy.
Yeah.
Super nice guy, though.
Because if he was small, you're really small.
Yeah, but I'm fucking tiny. So, shout out to CJ Allen. Super nice guy. Really.
And you're not small. You're a big guy.
That's right. Absolutely, I am. And then Tim Buck.
Lovely.
Yep, already talked about him.
Yeah.
A fantastic guy. Got along with him really well. Really can't wait to bump into him again down the road. James Jeffers, Nick Wortham.
Anyways, James Jeffers, congratulations on baby Bruce.
Congratulations on baby Bruce, James Jeffers.
And Keelan.
Congratulations on Keelan.
I really missed Keelan this weekend, and I know she had FOMO like all weekend, and she was like pretty sad about it.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna have tons of other opportunities, but we missed her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And how fun would it have been like with like little baby Bruce? Like she wouldn't have been able to come to the competition.
Too hot. Yeah, it wouldn't be.
And he's still too little, right?
Yeah.
But you were missed.
Shout out to Keelan.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Wortham.
A really funny guy.
Funny guy.
Yeah.
Great performance. Definitely got to keep your eye on in the future. He will not be outside of those big shows for very long, I don't think.
Yeah.
Westerwinski.
Amazing.
Awesome showing.
Great performance.
Moved up on the podium a space from a couple years ago.
Yeah. He just has to improve his placing next year.
Yep. So just a very modest goal of improving by one placing. That's all he has to do.
No, congratulations to Wes. That's huge. Like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I've never been into sports as a person, and like I never understood how like sports can make someone cry.
Yeah.
And like I cried a lot this weekend.
Yeah. It was an intense weekend of emotion.
Yeah.
And then Bryce Johnson, who was a really, really nice guy.
Also huge.
Gigantic man. His wife was really nice.
Yeah. Also like a really tall lady.
Yeah, they're going to have some big ass kids whenever they decide to do that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a genetic.
Those are going to be athletes.
That kid's going to win the genetic lottery there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was North America's Strongest Man and Woman 2025. It was a hell of a trip. It was, I'm still sore. I'm still hurting. I'm taking pretty much the week off from training, I think. I did a little bit of stuff just messing around, but nothing too serious. And very much looking forward to whatever might be next. I'm not really sure what's going to be next yet for me, but something.
Maybe Gimli this weekend.
I thought about it. I honestly did think about it. I was like, after the first day, I was like, you know what? I should just do it. I'm gonna text Devin and see if there's an extra shirt, and I'll just jump in and do it. And then after the second day, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that, actually. That's the last thing I'm going to do. But I will be in Gimli this weekend. August long weekend in Gimli. We've got the Magnus Classic Qualifier as part of the Icelandic Festival being hosted by none other than the multiple-time world's strongest man, Magnus Vermagnusson. It's always a highlight of the year, of the Western Canadian strongman year.
Yeah.
Beautiful show. The weather's always great.
It's going to be beautiful this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Competition is very high. And the crowd's always big. It's a built-in crowd with the Icelandic Festival, and it's just a really, really fun time. We've got Western pros, Dan Cadger, Andrew Langelar, Colton Sloan, and Larson Hare all competing in it. So that's going to be fantastic. We've got a bunch of other guys from the West coming too. We've got a bunch of guys coming from the States coming. It's going to be a great show, and we're looking forward to that.
I'm really excited. I think the first 2 years that they had it, we brought Dolly. And then, so now Dolly's become a staple. But I think it's just going to be too hot, and I can't bring Honey because she's a nutcase.
Yeah, it would be probably too much. But
yeah.
And the winner of this show gets to go to Iceland. So hopefully everyone's ready for it. Everyone's feeling good, and it's going to be a good competition. The weekend following that, we have Strongman Corp Canada Provincials being held in Winkler, Manitoba as part of the Winkler Harvest Festival. That's going to be great. We're really looking forward to that. That's how everyone punches their tickets to Nationals, which is in Calgary in October. Yep. So
First weekend in October.
Very much looking forward to that. What's the date for Deadlift for Dreams?
September 13th.
September 13th. We have Deadlift for Dreams. Me and Gian both have donation links for that. I don't think mine's posted anywhere, but I'll try to take care of that. But donate to somebody. Give somebody who's lifting in that competition some money, so that, because
it doesn't matter who.
It's all going to the same place.
But preferably me. I'll give you my link.
Gian's got lots of money. Don't worry about her. Everyone gets all the money that's donated is going towards a family in Manitoba that could really use it, and anything that's raised above the goal just goes to other families. So it's a great opportunity to make sure that we help the people who are around us and whatever else. So donate to that, and that's going to be a great show. Jan, do you have anything that you wanted to add from the weekend, or from anything coming up, or just thoughts rattling around in that little head of yours?
Like, the one thing I took away from the weekend is I really, really, really appreciate you having a coach there. It changed the whole experience for me. It's not that I don't enjoy handling you. It's just that, like, I still have the same role. It's just not as hands-on. Right? Like I was able to go get a snack, and I was able to hang out with my friends, and like I was able to do a lot more things. But then at the same time, I still felt like I should be doing something.
Right.
Not that I feel like I should be doing things for you, but it's just like I'm not used to just like hanging out.
Yeah, it's just you have a lot going on normally.
And like I have a very silly, busy brain. So it was crazy, but it was fun.
Well, there you go. So hopefully we'll get more opportunities. Well, we will get more opportunities to do that as long as Alex coaching me. Mm-hmm. As long as he doesn't fuck it up, I'll keep him around.
As long as he keeps behaving.
I'll say as long as I don't fuck it up, he'll keep me around.
That's
probably
also true.
more likely. But anyway, we will leave it at that for now. Thor pulled 505.
Oh yeah,
Great.
we watched it in the hot tub. I was sitting next to Dan in the hot tub, and Tyler was like in a corner, like on the corner of the hot tub. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, why don't you just come watch it over here? And you're like, I don't know, I just don't want to sit that close. And I was like, why? And he's like, because I just don't want to look that small sitting next to Dad.
I said I don't want to look like Dan's little gay boyfriend sitting next to him.
He's like, I don't want you to sit on his lap.
So long, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here today, and we will see you guys when we see you. Make sure you go to Gimli. Make sure you go to Winkler and watch some amazing strongman feats of strength. So long, friends.
See you later.